G'day guys and girls, how are ya? Welcome to Restoration Revival on the weekend. It's not quite the weekend, it's still just after lunchtime Friday. But I thought I'd start the video today anyway, while it's fresh in my brain, because I've kind of come up with something that's going to make my business so much better. I'm going to be able to put out much better quality work and expand a bit. And that's a good thing. And it's all to do with that old shed there. But it's not going to happen for a little while yet. So yeah, just thought I'd bring it up while it's fresh in my brain. So yeah. So this weekend, not today because I'm still working. Well, I'm just going back from lunch. But this weekend I'm going to spend most of this weekend on my 240Z because it's got to be done. And those parts that I've told you about over and over again that I'm waiting for, they should be here next week because they're out of customs. I've paid for them and they're being shipped. So early next week, mid next week, they should be here. I've really got to finish the 240Z. That's got to be done before I start on what I'm doing with that old shed there. But priorities are get that done. Forget about the 620 for a while. I know I've been banging on about it, but that's going to have to wait till after what I'm doing with that shed. I'll let you all guess down in the comments on what I'm going to do in that shed. I may be able to hire a little bit of help to help me out once the shed's done. That's a hint. That's a hint. Just part-time help, nothing full-time. So yeah, put it down in the comments what you think it is, and I may let you know if you guess right. Yeah, so yeah, I've showed you this 240Z here that I got in the shop a couple of weeks ago. And it's changed a bit since I've showed you. She's all stripped out, all the panels are here, all the paint's off. Right now I'm welding in a new sunroof. Yes, it goes all flippy floppy. After I've finished welding it in, I've got to planish all that out. I've got to stretch this all again because it all shrinks. So I've got to stretch it out and get the curve of the roof back. I did make the panel to the correct curve, but it's already pulled it out. So yeah, I'm hoping, well, not hoping, I will get it back into shape. I have to, you know? Anyway, I'm going to put you away because I'm still working, and we'll chat tomorrow, hey? See you then. G'day, it's Saturday and we're getting into it. Damn, that looks good. That looks so good. Yeah, I'm going to start seriously chipping away at this thing one job at a time, and whatever enters my head, whatever is annoying me the most, that's what's going to get done. So good. It's Autofest this weekend, Murray Bridge Autofest, all weekend, but I should be down there, but I want to get this done. Next year this will be at the Murray Bridge Autofest. Got an invite to the Vic Z car. Sorry, I can't make it. You know who you are. So next year I might drive over in the 240Z to the Vic Z car Christmas show, but I don't think it's going to make it this year. It's too soon and the engine has to be run in. I don't really want to drive it that far on a fresh engine. But today I'm mucking around with the alternator. So we'll go in here. What we got here is I painted this alternator up and I thought I wasn't going to be able to use it because I couldn't find bolts that were long enough. I don't know what happened to the original bolts, but this bracket here needs to be bolted to the alternator to make it work. I don't think it's a proper. I don't think it's originally off a Z car of any description. But what I did find is I just replaced the starter motor on my VF750, and the starter motor bolts are exactly the right size, except they're too long. As you can see, it's poking out the end here before it ran out of thread. So what I've got here is I went to my local hardware store and finally bought myself a full metric tap and die set. So I'm going to get this bolt out, measure how long the thread has to be before it bottoms out, and then I'm going to tap the thread down to where it needs to be. So I'm going to go find a screwdriver now. I don't know about you, but every time I'm looking for a Phillips head screwdriver, all I can find is flatheads, and vice versa. I am absolutely hopeless with screwdrivers. They are my downfall. Every screwdriver is my 10mm socket. Yeah, anyway, look at it. Just look at it. Screwdriver. All right, I'll go find one. I'll be back in a sec. Don't work harder, work smarter. Okay, there we go. Now I already know what's. So I know what this is. It's an M5 and it's got a 08. So it's an M5 08 pitch. So yeah, if you don't know what it is, you got your thread gauge, which comes with the kit, and you just measure up with that, and then you find in here your M508. Oops, don't want to lose the washer. Just put that up there. So that should screw into that, like so. But I'm going to need a bit of help, so I'm going to go down in the vise and put the bolt in the vise and thread it that way. And as I said, firstly I've got to measure out how long the thread needs to be. So it doesn't have to be very much longer. It's maybe only an extra 2 or 3 turns, so an extra, I don't know, 5mm wouldn't hurt. Better too long than too short. So we're going to go down to where the bench vise is, into my messy shed, and yeah, we'll sort this out. We're going to go find the other bolt too. We might as well do them both at once. Okay, just got to tighten that in like so, and we're ready. Oh geez, that looks good. He's not bad either. Yeah, so tomorrow my mate's got back from his 7-week trip up Cape York, lucky bugger, and we're going to go for a ride on the bikes tomorrow. Don't know where, but it's going to be good. It's always good to ride with mates. Anyway, my mess. It's one of these. Hang on. So you got to get this on nice and straight, because you don't want to cross thread the tap and make a mess of it. Once it's on there, she screws down nice and easy. So we just want to take it down to where the thread's going to start cutting again, and maybe take it down another. Here we go. Tighten the vise up a bit. another 5 mil or so. Doesn't matter if you go further, just as long as you got enough for the nut to pull up on. I like pulling up on me nuts. Okay, I think that's more than enough. So we'll do the other one now, and that's it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oops, she came out. Never stays tight. I love looking at that thing. I just love looking at it. It definitely needs to go down a little bit lower though. She's sitting up a little bit high. But as I said, I've got to wait till everything's in the car to see how much it drops with its full weight, because there is still stuff to go in it. Alright, now these should screw all the way in. I'm going to have to go manual. I don't want to strip the end of the screw out. There we go. No problem. What I should have done is run a tap through there to clean the internal thread out as well. But I broke through, so that's no drama. Screw that down. And then I'm going to go get a bolt for the other side. A nut, sorry. And do the same there. And then I'll trim the end off. So that's that. So now we're just going to put the internal reg in. Like so. Okay, genitally does it, so I don't scratch anything. As gentle as you can be with an angle grinder. Okay, she's ready to offer up to the vehicle. So I had to change my shirt because I spilt my lunch all over it. So we've already got the bottom brackets already on. I put that on weeks ago. So I just got to find some bolts that will fit that. I think they're M8. I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I should have some of those laying around. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'll just find them. So I do have some M8s here, some brand new M8s. Yes, it's definitely what they are. Okay, we're going to line it up now and get it on there. Okay, let's get the front one in first. Something's not right, I tell you. Well, I've got it bolted up, but you can see that it's not right because it's going like that. It's not parallel to the motor, and the pulley is further forward than the other two. So that's not good. That's not good at all. Don't like it. So that just tells me I should have tried to bolt it up before I painted it up. never mind. I'm going to take it off. I'm going to go hunt out a different alternator and try and bolt it up before I do anything. Okay, we got this one here. It's a Hitachi, and I do believe it's off the 280ZX. First thing is I'm going to try and bolt it up, see if it lines up, and if it does. Second thing will be to see if it works. And if it does, third thing will be to clean it up. Because she's pretty grotty. She's got a bit of sand inside too, so I'll give it a good blowout. And yeah, then we'll do what we said. Okay, yes it does. It lines up. It all lines up with the pulleys. And it says Nissan on there, so it's definitely off of a Nissan. Alright, well, I'm going to take it off. I'm going to give it a bench test to see if it's putting out any voltage, wattage, voltage, current, whatever. And then I'll clean it up and bolt her up. So yeah, still need to get a fan belt and all of that to make it all work. I've got to get the bracket off of the old 280ZX I got down there, the top bracket, so it all bolts up properly. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, we found a better one here. It looks a bit nicer than this one. A little bit nicer condition, and they're both putting out current, so yeah, I'm probably going to use this one just for the fact that it's easier to clean up. But if I can't get it to work, then I'll swap back to this one. Rightio. I'm just going to see if it actually fits on the car first. Okay, I've done a bit of research. I think this one's a 280ZX, and I think this one here is off a 260Z, and I believe they're both 60 amp, but I'm still up in arms on which one I'm actually going to use. I've posted a question for advice on the Oz Z Car Facebook page, which can be a silly thing to do sometimes. But yeah, I'm going to wait for some advice from there. If someone gets back to me or not, I don't know. But in the meantime, I'm just going to fiddle around and start cleaning both of them up. Because I might be able to use one of them on my 620 out there one day, because that's got a pissy little alternator on it. So might be good for that. Okay. Alright guys, got the alternators on. Found a belt. It is a new belt, but it's too big, so I'm going to have to get another belt. No, I'm not going to put the fan on until I've got a radiator. I do have a couple of radiators, but they're old and crusty, so I'm thinking I may get a new radiator. Starter motor is only held in by one bolt because I can't find a second M10 bolt which is the right length, so I'm going to go and get one of those. Not today because it's getting late, but I've got to remember to do that. So yeah, that's all I got done today. I'm going to fix this oil cap. I bought it thinking I was going to put it on my rocket cover, 240Z rocket cover, but it's the wrong thread pitch here. So I was thinking I've got a couple of standard caps. I'm going to try and cut this thread off and glue it to one of those so I can still use it. So guys, just got back from a big ride. Me and my mate went for a lap around the hills, stopped for a coffee in Lobefall, and then headed back the long way and ended up back at his place, and we watched the Australian touring cars at Bathurst, which is the big race for the year. It's the long one. But it's now 5 PM, so nothing got done on the 240Z today. But we did get the alternator bolted up. Still got to get another fan belt. Got to wire it up because we've gone from external reg to internal reg. Starter motor's in, but only by one bolt. So I've got to go get another bolt for that because I can't find one the right length anywhere. So next on the list, maybe brakes. I do still have to order a master cylinder. And I still have to put the remainder of the brake lines in for that connect it all up together, and they're just sitting in the car there waiting to go. But also I do have my stuff coming, which should be here sometime next week, so maybe that might be the next thing I do too. We'll see what happens. I don't have a major plan, as long as it gets done. Doesn't matter what order it gets done in. So yeah, saying that, I think I'm going to leave it there because it is 5 o'clock and I'm tired from riding all day and stuff. So yeah, so if you like my shit, just like and subscribe and all that stuff, that'd be great, and I'll catch you next time. See you guys.